Welcome my good smelling friends. So Haramain has started a new campaign of promoting some of their fragrances, and they reached out to multiple fragrance reviewers such as myself. And since I was pretty much blown away by the presentation and smell and performance of the fragrances from the portfolio line, such as Neroli Canvas and Floral Sculpture, I was thrilled and I was indeed interested to reviewing these new fragrances, since they are more of a luxury line fragrances. They sent me again two fragrances, but they are not from the same line. One is a fragrance for females and the other one is unisex, but I found it to be more for males. So let me give you a quick look at the presentation, because as I've shown you previously, Haramain does invest quite a lot in their presentation. So let me start with the one you're probably interested more in, and the one that I am going to wear, because the other one is for females, even though I did give it a bit of a testing myself, sprayed it on my arm, but I cannot wear it. It's just too much for females. So Amber Oud Tobacco Edition, unisex but more for males. And let me say from the start that even though I was not blown away by these fragrances from the start, I was very impressed at the end. Let me put it that way. And I'm going to reveal why. I do get that they are smelling like fragrances that have a niche quality. And I don't know if they are trying to clone some other popular niche fragrances. I'm not going to review them like that, because they did not remind me of other popular fragrances that I have tried in the past. So I'm gonna read you the complete notes, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm getting from this fragrance. So top notes: ginger, black pepper, cinnamon and tobacco leaf. Middle notes: tonka, clove, star anise, vanilla, cocoa and incense. And base notes: there are dry fruits, woody notes and black tobacco. By the way, there was a slight issue when I first sprayed this fragrance. It had a bit of a leaking, which damaged the sprayer, the bottom of the sprayer. I'm not sure if I did something wrong when I first sprayed it. It's not leaking anymore, and I'm pointing this out not only for you guys to be aware of it, but for Haramain themselves. Okay guys, so finally, what I'm picking up from this fragrance in the opening is a highly spicy ginger and cinnamon combination. Also, it is sweet. You can immediately pick up on the amber, on the sweetness and smoothness of the amber, and also the sweetness from the vanilla. But top notes are straight away spicy notes, and it has a bit of a festive feeling to it. If you have smelled Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, you know what I'm talking about. Whenever I smell that fragrance, I think it's Christmas. You're getting the same feeling with this fragrance. You first spray it. As the fragrance dries down, some of these spices from the opening go away, but again the cinnamon will stay until the end. What you're going to get more is an amped up amber. So you're going to get more amber. What does this mean? It means a more smooth, sweet, because also you're getting more vanilla, and also you're getting those woody notes, which I believe it is cedar. Powerful fragrance right here. A warm scent, definitely for winter. Great performance, by the way. I even love the color of the juice. It gives you the impression of a concentrated juice. In the dry down, you're also gonna get an amped up tobacco note, because you're getting that black tobacco, which again is going to create more masculinity in the fragrance, if I could say so. So instead of being a unisex fragrance, in my opinion, it turns the fragrance into a male fragrance. But even from the start, I do believe that this fragrance is more for males. But the tobacco notes are not heavy, are not going to create anything hard to wear in this fragrance. It's definitely something quite easy to wear, especially during this time of the year. And if I didn't say anything about the cap, I will say it right now. This is a heavy cap and it's most likely metal. Junoon Rose, the female fragrance, doesn't have the same nice presentation as Amber Oud. By the way, I did not mention that Amber Oud. So I don't know if the fragrance has any oud in those woody notes stated in the base notes, but if it does have, it is in a very small quantity and it is very well blended. Otherwise, I am not picking up any oud and it's probably just marketing. Getting back to Junoon Rose, as I said, the presentation is not as appealing as the one from Amber Oud. Even the cap doesn't feel as great as that one. It is plastic. It is quite well made, but it doesn't have a very nice, like, expensive feeling when you're holding it. The rest of the bottle looks really nice and feels really nice in the hand. What I do like about the bottles, and this one again as the other one, is that when you first see the bottle, you already get an idea of how this fragrance is going to smell. And this somehow has a white smell. So even though it is with rose, it doesn't have that powerful rose, the one that I can't stand. I'm not a big fan of rose, but somehow this is a quality rose which doesn't aggressively get into your nose, and it is not as powerful as Amber Oud, because Amber Oud, to be honest, has like almost all the notes a fragrance needs to be strong. Now this is a softer fragrance. So let me read you the notes. So top notes are bergamot, ylang ylang, cherry blossom. Middle notes: powdery, heliotrope, rose, and amaretto. And base notes, we have amber again, tonka bean, and suede. This fragrance, even though I say it's soft, it has enough strength to be properly worn during this time of the season. It has a bit of a citrusy opening, but you're getting the rose from the start. Rose, again, it is a quite powerful note, but in this fragrance, again, it is not that powerful, but it can be felt from top to bottom. So definitely here it's not just marketing. This fragrance does have rose and it is the main note in this fragrance. But I said this is a white smelling fragrance, and yes, it smells like white musk, white powdery musk with rose and some citruses added. In the dry down, it loses the citruses, so it also loses that soury effect that the citruses create, and it becomes smoother as the amber kicks in, and also it becomes a bit leathery. A very delicate leather. It doesn't really change the fragrance too much, and it doesn't turn it into a fragrance for males, because usually you see leather in male fragrances. But no, this is an elegant female fragrance, which is not the plain rose or citrus smelling fragrance. It's actually a very luxurious, definitely one of the luxurious fragrances from Haramain, and it does smell elegant. So I like what they did with this fragrance, because it is not your usual rose fragrance. It doesn't suffocate you. It is soft, but it has enough strength to be felt during the day. Overall, I was impressed. But as I said in the beginning, at the end of the video, I will reveal to you why I was more blown away at the end of doing a proper research on these fragrances rather than the first impression. And that was because I was expecting these fragrances to cost as much as the other ones from the portfolio line, but the truth is that these fragrances are more affordable. And for this price, with the presentation you're getting, with the quality and the performance of the smell, I think you're getting quite an amazing juice, quite an amazing presentation, and you're also getting a niche quality smell. And for the price, yeah, I think it's worth it. And that was it, my good smelling friends. Until the next video, just keep smelling great.